Yo, so guys, welcome back to another video. This is another early upload, and with these early uploads, I'm liking them because I'm either doing reactions to sort of subs that watch my channel and I want to help out, for example, Sapiens TV, or like I'm posting like competition type things or whatever, which is gonna something that's gonna be posted in the next few days. Which I'm actually gonna need your help a lot. If you're like an editor and you know how to make sort of like YouTube channel art and stuff, that might interest you. So just a reminder for that if you do see that pop up on your YouTube feed. But yeah, this one is What's the Deal with Meaning by Sapiens TV. Again, he's just posted recently. I'm happy to see that he's getting the views and he's getting the likes. A lot of the support from you guys, from like sent from my reactions previously. Let's get him to 1K. I don't know if this video will get him there, but he's closing in, man. He's already at 873 subs. I'm sure over the next few days we can get him to 1,000 or 1K subscribers on YouTube. I'd really appreciate that genuinely. I love the fact that we can help small creators who have so much potential, like this guy who genuinely like seems to know what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. The topics are interesting, and he seems to like really enjoy what he does basically. And yeah, I just really enjoy the fact that I can sort of influence and ascend some of you people who watch these reactions to other channels to help them out basically. But yeah, again, if you're interested, the links are all in the description for him. I'd really appreciate getting them to 1K. But this video is What's the Deal with Meaning. Again, it's going to be another sort of philosophical type video. I'm guessing going to be quite soothing, as I've said for my previous reactions to his videos. And yeah, I just enjoy, from what I've seen so far, I really enjoy the channel. I'm interested to see what content he brings now. But yeah, let's get into this one. Again, check him out. I'd really appreciate that. But quick shout out to my Instagram, my Twitter, links in the description for that as well. Same for my Patreon, links are all there. But yeah, let's get into this one and let's check this video out, man. It's a longer one as well, so I'm excited to see what else he brings.
What's the deal with meaning, anyway? Everyone's always talking about it. Everyone's telling you their way of making it. Why do we care?
Humanity versus meaning.
For the vast majority of life, you kind of live on autopilot with no particular set-in-stone direction in mind. There are shockingly few days which are at all memorable in one's life, so what's the point of making the best out of something you'll never appreciate?
True. It is kind of, it's kind of true, man. We live every day, but I can't remember the majority of the things that happened. It's Saturday today. Saturday last weekend. I can't. Wait, was there any sports on? No, because the football season was the football season like obviously was waiting for the Super Bowl, so there was no games then. Did anything happen? But I can't even remember. It's just crazy. It's a week ago, but we sort of live most of our life not remembering any moments other than the key sort of things that happen. It's crazy when you deep like that. It really is. Chapter 1. The hedonic treadmill.
While the theory of the hedonic treadmill is
Hedonic.
quickly becoming outdated, it may be an interesting place to start for our purposes. In its essence, the hedonic treadmill states that humans may, for short periods, be extremely happy or extremely sad, but always return to somewhere in the middle and stay
that's
there
me,
for
baby.
extended periods.
That is
You
me.
feel great, you feel not so great, but overwhelmingly you feel okay.
Yeah.
The hedonic set point is this
That's
middle
it, man.
point which one returns to. It may be particularly high or particularly low based on a multitude of factors, including genetics and mental stability. Remember, a surprising amount of our personality is determined genetically. Our propensity for depression, our natural fears, our sociality, our instinct.
That's wild.
Much can be
Bro, that's crazy how some people can genuinely just genetically be depressed. Obviously, you can still have ways of being happy and stuff, but genetically, you're just more likely to be sadder because of like passing down your family, DNA, and all this kind of stuff. It's crazy how that works like that. But like a chemical imbalance can lead to like you just being a bit more sad than the usual person. But it's just crazy. Again, that's not the case for everyone, but it is a big sort of like a big thing that just sort of blows my mind that you can just be born completely differently, like in terms of like your genetics and how you sort of feel on certain days and just stuff like that. Again, other events will affect it, but in a general sort of thing, you will just be a lot more sad or a lot more happier depending on certain things like genetics.
determined by
etc.
nurture, indeed, but not all. Nature is still the queen of the chessboard, and she very much doesn't like being fiddled with. Research
Nature's
suggests that you don't have
wild
many
thing.
opportunities to change your hedonic set point during life. Thus, the pursuit of the good life may be a battle against your own birth. And so it can be said that no matter if you set out to live a very meaningful life or not, you may be doing so in vain. You're only fighting a losing battle against Mother Nature.
Your unconscious existence.
We can all
Sleep
think
is-
of one way in which we live unconsciously. I made a whole video about it.
Yep.
Sleeping by far may be the thing that we end up doing the most. 1/3 of your life is spent in dreamland.
Bro, when you deep that, you spend 1/3 of your life just being asleep, just teleporting through time. That's crazy to me, man. That's ridiculous. It's crazy, man.
However, we may spend
Pretty
much
much.
more than just our sleeping hours unconscious. For
Hey.
example, a 2013 study conducted at the Sorbonne Institute in France suggests that 87% of people, an overwhelming majority—
Fuck me.
Yes, I caught you. You were unconsciously listening to me talk, not really absorbing
little-
my words,
you
but
little
just sitting
shit.
there looking at your screen. You will spend most of your life like this, willingly or otherwise, not absorbing details, but simply observing them, letting them
That's me.
in one ear, not the other, because the human brain, for all its shining glories and great ideas, is incessantly lazy. It wants to conserve energy at all times, resulting in your waking unconsciousness. Sitting through class while brain dead is much easier than sitting through class normally, so what do our efficient brains do but that? It's scary how you live so much of your—
That's a good excuse I could have used when I was younger, man. Because I was a troubled student, to say the least. I did not enjoy school. I'm gonna be honest. And I was the type of student to just sort of not be able to focus on certain things and certain lessons. But I could have just been like, my brain's just trying to be efficient, sir. I can't help it. It's just my brain. My brain's doing it,
your
not
life,
me.
not even realizing that
You'd
you've
have
been
hated it.
living so much of your life.
Chapter 3, why even try?
We spend so much of our lives privy to our subconscious like this that it really begs the question, is it worth it to fill the remaining bits and pieces haphazardly with meaning? Sure, self-actualization is as valuable a goal as any, but at what cost? Meaning isn't something that you can just walk down to the convenience store to get. It's the result of rites of passage, many of them excruciating, frustrating, and depressing. The feeling of having gotten over that hill, the feeling of having at last succeeded, it doesn't come all willy-nilly on a Friday afternoon. So why even go through the effort, just to not acknowledge it for 90% of your waking hours? Life, at least to many of us, is already objectively alright. Enjoy the
Yeah,
little
yeah.
things, right?
Mm.
There's so much more to life than capital M meaning. There's Labradors and ice cream and gardening, jelly on toast and good books galore, snowball fights and pretend YouTubers. There's so much more to life that's just readily available. So many good things that you can find in the convenience store, the simple pleasures of living, cheap thrills, the innate value of life on this earth, the simple fact of existence, the je ne sais quoi of your own mindfulness. That's worth something, and it's a much kinder mistress than whatever meaning we can scramble up in 80 short years. Why even try when it's all been done before, when you're all but late to the party, when it seems entirely too difficult? You are not one of them, the ones who are good at this whole thing. Don't even try doing something cool or experimental or, God forbid, unique. Creative pursuits, career goals, great expectations, hopeless romanticism. Forget it. Leave them at the door, please, and forget they ever existed. It's much safer inside the lines anyway. This is our Eden, our beautiful, blissful Eden, where we know what's good and nothing ever hurts. Where nothing ever hurts, where nothing ever hurts.
Chapter 4, yes, still dry.
The allure in the pursuit of meaning indeed cannot be found by just going through all the potholes, by taking all the punches, by knowing all there is to know. That is not the allure of meaning. To have come out of the forest one day and to have known, perhaps only for a split second, that it was alright, that you were alright. That is the end goal, because for as many Labradors and as many ice cream cones as we've got on planet Earth, we've got 10 chronic diseases, 100 heated arguments, 1,000 civil wars. For all that is good, there is bad that we feel every day. There are questions with no answer and many more answers that don't make a lick of sense to us. We get old and we die. We do things out of malice, spite, and pride, and we end things regretfully. To have taken these punches from existence is not enough. To have persisted and overcome, to have lost an arm and an eye, and yet to have received vision and gained strength. To have said to existence, I am the master of my own destiny. To have scratched out every answer and written your own in ink and tears and blood. That is what we know is good. We do not currently have the answers, but this does not mean that we will never have the answers. There were countless, well-regarded professional people who doubted the existence of powered flight. To quote the New York Times, life is short, and inventors are capable of services to humanity incomparably greater than can be expected from trying to fly. A week later, the Wright brothers would fly at Kitty Hawk.
Wow.
You've no reason to believe that you are not them. If no one ever picks up a pen, no one ever becomes Shakespeare. But if even a small fraction of this 7 billion of us realize those goals, they will be our Shakespeares and Maya Angelou's, our Einsteins and Curies, our Kurosawas and Scorseses and Hitchcocks, our peacemakers, our noble adventurers, our great figures of bronze, the breakers of boundaries, the testers of our faith. I'll leave you with a great quote from a movie of my childhood.
Anyone can cook, but I realize only now do I truly understand what he meant. Not everyone can become a great artist, but a great artist can come from anywhere.
Mate, another banger. This is another one that's just a thinker, man. It just makes you think. But I like the idea, like you sort of, everyone sort of, well not everyone, the majority of people sort of just, I'm going to say everyone actually, everyone probably in one point in their life thought they're not going to do something that maybe they want to do. They're not going to be able to fulfill their dreams, but the majority of the time it's because people don't try, and he obviously showed it in this video, and what's the word? It not reflects. I can kind of relate to it in a sense. Obviously, I'm doing YouTube and nowhere near to like a huge level, but I'm doing YouTube, and it's something that a few years back I would have dreamed about, but I'd never sort of tried. I would never have sort of like thought anything would have been able to come from it, and here we are. Again, it's a bit of a different sort of example, but it just shows, man. You just got to put your mind to stuff, and you just got to sort of put those bad thoughts away and just sort of trust yourself, trust your ability, give yourself a chance to actually do stuff. Bro, these videos make me think. This guy's, he's going to blow up. I can guarantee it. Within the next few months, within the next year, he's going to do bits, man. And I'm so excited to have been able to sort of kickstart it in a sense. And I just really hope he can continue getting support, because these videos are like exceptional, man. They are crazy. First, it's just these videos sort of are soothing to the mind, but at the same time they're like sort of sad at the same time. Like I was sort of getting a lorry load of emotions throughout this video. Sad, happy, thoughtful. Like, goddamn, love your voice. His voice he's got one of those sort of voices for like narration, right? Just it goes with the sort of style of video. What's the deal with airline food? I wish I could relate to that. I've never even been on a plane. Reminds me of he said he was what's the word? Inspired by him, so I guess I've not actually heard of him, but I guess a lot of people have said that, and he said it himself. Also, this classical shit we do be hitting different in your videos. You deserve so many more subs. Thanks for another beautiful video. Meaning, I mean, the only meaning we realise is which we can create ourselves. Why do we care so much about meaning when it doesn't matter in our everyday lives? I'd offer an interpretation where meaning does matter in our everyday lives. We can, because the value judgments we make become part of our identity. And I guess part of like when you do pass, you want your meanings to sort of stand out and like mean something when you do pass, whatever it is you do, your creations and whatever. But yeah, really good video. Like I said, please check this guy out. Help get him to 1,000 subs. I don't know how quick it will take. Maybe not after this video, but I would really, really appreciate that. But yeah, if you did enjoy it, obviously check it out. If it's not your style of video, that's fair enough. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this reaction. Until next time, like, subscribe, peace.